Well, good evening. Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you all here for our annual dinner, and thank you, Angelina. Thank you for your dedication, for your leadership, your work to advance the needs of the world's refugees, and your work to support KIND. We've always been very lucky to have Angelina Jolie as a co-founder of KIND and to have her powerful voice speaking out on behalf of the world's most vulnerable children. Perhaps more than any other gala we've ever had, this one provides a moment where we can really step back, we can come together, we can think about the children who come to the United States alone in search of protection, because this is a year to take stock of our successes, but also the challenges that lie ahead. KIND this year is 10 years old. When we at Microsoft joined with Angelina Jolie a decade ago to create this organization, an organization dedicated to serving unaccompanied immigrant and refugee children, frankly, we never imagined that it would become such a force for good. It's really attributable to so many of you in this room. Because working with all of you during these 10 years, KIND has touched the lives, as Angelina said, of over 16,000 children, winning 98% of the cases that we've seen to completion. I think even more remarkable in some ways is the partnerships that have emerged. Partnerships now with 526 law firms, corporations, law schools, and bar associations, and over a decade, thanks to all of you and the institutions that you have represented, we have generated over $250 million worth of pro bono legal services. Those numbers say so much, but even more important than these metrics are really the children's lives that stand behind the numbers. Young lives that have literally been changed forever because KIND and our partners and you have devoted time, resources, and expertise to help them. It's fascinating because in ways that I think the public seldom appreciates, we lawyers are in many ways storytellers, and in this work in particular, we use our experience to help children share their experiences, as painful as they might be, so that those charged with enforcing our immigration laws can determine if a child qualifies for protection. And as we've said for so long, these kids have stories that deserve to be heard. But they can't be heard if they're not told. And that's where you all come in. In the past couple of months, I was lucky enough to meet two of the young people who are representative of so many of the young people with whom we work. One was a boy named Antonio. He was 16 when he fled El Salvador to escape the brutality of the gangs that were trying to recruit him. As he explained, it is the way of life for so many people in his home country, literally paying gangs to not kill their loved ones. Antonio now lives near me in Washington State. He's enrolled at the Skagit Valley College, and he plans to transfer to attend a 4-year university to complete a bachelor's degree in social work. He is an exemplary addition to our country. Similarly, I met recently, just 3 weeks ago, a young man named Jose. I met him at the Texas border. He described the incredible challenges of his voyage to the United States from Honduras. But more than his story of what had happened on his way here, Jose wanted to talk about his life once he arrived. He shared with us the work he had done immediately to learn English so he could communicate with his new friends. His eyes shone with pride as he described how he's looking forward to graduating from high school next year. he is the star soccer player. His teammates shout Honduras every time he scores a goal. And in the 8 games that he had played in the season so far, they had shouted Honduras 24 times. It was a word they were all becoming very well acquainted with. But I'll never forget the way he looked in our eyes as he described what he wanted to do, what he's going to do when he graduates this spring. He's going to join the Marines. When I asked him, well, how did you choose the Marines? He said simply, I am so proud to be part of this country. If we ever need to take a beach, I want to be the first person on the shore. That is the kind of courage and loyalty to the United States that he represents. You see in these young people just an extraordinary contrast between fear and uncertainty on the one hand and hope and excitement for the future on the other. It's something that children who are on the move share around the world. Angelina touched upon it. No matter the cause of their flight, these kids have been forced to leave everything they know behind and set off on their own. The sense of belonging that Jose obviously felt as he showed us his green card is what KIND is all about. It's the story that all refugee children live in one way or another. Tonight, we will hear from Lord Alf Dubs about his own extraordinary life experience, an experience that happened in a different place and a different time, but speaks to us and our circumstances today. His experience put him on a life trajectory not unlike the 2 boys that I recently met, giving children the opportunity to fulfill their potential. That is fundamentally what you all are doing each and every day. Those of you here tonight help create those opportunities for other people. And in doing so, we're fulfilling our potential as citizens of a democracy that was itself created to stand for the rule of law and uphold the principles of justice, striving to apply those principles not just for a favored few, but literally for everyone, including the youngest among us. Children like Antonio and Jose, children who have been tossed across borders through forces beyond their control, but see the shining light of the possibilities of what lies ahead of them. Possibilities that are realized because of the help of a lawyer. As we've had the opportunity to learn together over the last decade, a democracy's fundamental strength lies in these children and their belief in a brighter future. And even in this era of tremendous polarization, these young people's faith in what we stand for is an inspiration for all of us. So while we celebrate KIND's first 10 years this evening, let's not forget, this is just the beginning. The challenges before us may appear daunting. In fact, I would go as far as to say they are daunting. But by pursuing this work one case at a time and one child at a time, all of you make the difference. We have an exciting night ahead of us, and like all such nights, it will include a number of things, including the opportunity to eat good food, and even if you are so moved, contribute a little money. There's an ambitious pledge drive and raffle. If you attended the event last year, you may remember that you have the easy option to donate just using your cell phone. It's a simple process. Text the word KIND, it's spelled K-I-N-D, to a 5-digit number 91999. Do that and enter the amount of your gift, your name, and a message for KIND, or you can remain anonymous if you'd like. It's not necessary to give your name or even write a message. We just need a dollar figure. It will provide a link to a secure online form, and that'll be texted back from Mobile Cause. Follow the link, complete the information on the form, and you can finalize your contribution. All gifts and messages will be displayed on screen and during the evening, and the total amount raised will be tracked in real time. Ultimately, this is an evening where we get to step back, look at the screen later, look at the card on your table if you'd like to fill out the pledge form, and enjoy the fact that we have in this room almost 400 people, the largest gala we've ever had. Everybody here is connected in some way to Kind. Everyone here is supportive of Kind. We're all connected with each other. We have an incredible opportunity to raise some additional money, do even more to help these kids so that as they have the day when they go to court, they'll be able to go with a lawyer by our side. There's one other thing that's exciting about this evening. We have an exciting MC. It's not me. I'm very happy it's not me. It's actually somebody way better than me. He's won an Emmy Award. He's an Emmy Award-winning journalist. He's a writer. He's a lawyer. He's from Seattle. I mean, what better could you put together than that? His name is Ari Melber. We're so pleased to welcome him back again. Ari, as you may know, was here last year with us. He's MSNBC's chief legal correspondent and host of The Beat with Ari Melber. It airs nightly at 6 p.m. on MSNBC. We are so happy that the studio is basically right here at Columbus Circle so that he could join us as soon as it finished. His show is doing extraordinarily well. The Beat just reached the milestone of 1.5 million people every night, the largest 6 p.m. audience in MSNBC's 20-year history. And I'm told, albeit by MSNBC, it's even a larger audience than any hour of CNN. Not that anybody's counting. So if you're not by a TV at 6 p.m., you might also recognize Ari as he guest hosts frequently for Rachel Maddow and Lawrence O'Donnell. As I mentioned, he's a lawyer, he's a writer. He received a 2017 Emmy Award for his Supreme Court coverage. Please join me in welcoming Ari Melber to the stage.